Hey guys, Disciplined Magic here, and it's time to talk about something very interesting, and it's even more interesting because I saw it in the Pokemon World competition, or whatever they call it. It tells you how much I follow it. I actually don't play the Pokemon TCG at the moment, online or in person. I played it when I was like 11, and basically I've played Pokemon Red, Pokemon Gold, and then stopped there. Of course, I played Pokemon Go, just caught a level 631 Parasect while I was sitting here recording this, so that's awesome. And by the way, I can barely walk today, so probably shouldn't have gone so hard on Pokemon Go, considering my condition. But you guys on Twitter already know how that went down. I haven't even talked about like some of the weird crap that went down when I was playing Pokemon Go with my friend, though, dude. There's some weird people like in my city, dude. Maybe I'll save that for the gaming channel, though, because there was something that happened at the Pokemon World tournament that I thought was very relevant to Magic the Gathering, because we kind of don't have this problem, but we kind of do. Well, it appears people will attempt to cheat at pretty much anything, and yeah, I mean, the Olympics, the Russian athletes, there was like, I think I heard about like a baking competition that had cheaters in it, so yeah, no big surprise that people are trying to do really shady, sketchy stuff at Pokemon as well as MTG. So this one former pro, he made a really controversial video, I guess, although it's not controversial if you don't give a crap and you just watch it and then take in the logic of it. He outlined one guy who, you know, there is a countdown timer, and you have to take your turn within that amount of time. And he took like the whole damn timer to pick out his next Pokemon when anybody could tell you that was like the easiest decision in the world. So he was doing what would be called time stalling. In Pokemon, it's called playing to the clock. And you know why I know that that's the phrase? Because it says word for word in the rules that you cannot play to the clock. You can't do that. It's not just, oh, don't let the countdown timer hit 0 or you're disqualified. It's, you can't play to the clock. Like, if you're obviously just sitting there pretending to think, you will be disqualified. That's against the rules. Unfortunately, all the judges and the people who run the tournaments, in this guy's opinion, were in the pockets of the pros. The pros basically run everything because they're the ones that all the fans want to watch, and they're the big celebrities, and whatever they say they want the rules to be, that's pretty much what the rules become. About as crooked as it gets. Once again, I'm not saying that's absolute fact. That was my opinion and also the video creator's opinion. And honestly, from the video evidence, it's pretty strong. Come on. So he thought, you know, the rules should not even be changed. I mean, the rules should just be, like, enforced. Now, if you've gone to or watched or whatever, any kind of, like, big top-level, you know, Grand Prix, Pro Tour, whatever in Magic, you know that a judge will give people warnings for slow play. That means that in their opinion, you're taking too long to make a decision and you might be stalling for the clock. You know, whether you are or not, they're going to give you a warning and tell you to play faster. And, you know, from the limited streams that I've seen, not even live streams, just like footage after the fact that I watched, just because I literally had nothing else to watch on YouTube. I mean, I don't give a crap what people are playing or, God, I just don't care. I don't care about the pros, the celebs. I don't know any of their names. I don't care what the announcers have to say. I don't care about the tournament results. I don't care what net decks are coming out of the tournaments. I just don't care. I play local. That's what I do. But just for curiosity's sake, I watched one, and one guy, yeah, he was taking a while to make a decision. Probably legit. I mean, they were nowhere near the timer. I think it was like game 2 or something. They go 3 out of 5 at the end, so, you know, no biggie. But, you know, the judge walks over. He's like, this is your slow play warning. He's like, oh, okay. And then he real quick, like, makes up his mind and makes a play. No problem solved, right? You know, because the judges, you know, it's still, it's an opinion thing. It's not like they're sitting there with a stopwatch. I mean, for all I know, maybe they are. I don't know. But I think it's whenever they feel like, you know, some shenanigans might be going on. And, you know, I swear, the next time I'm at the deli, at the grocery store, I wish there would be like a judge there so that when the person ahead of me is like, oh, I'll take a half pound. Oh, maybe a full pound. Oh, maybe I'll get that. Maybe the potato salad. After like 30 seconds, it would be like, this is your slow play warning. You need to pick out your delicious deli goods or like get the hell out of the way. Desolator's freaking hungry, damn it. So at MTG, we don't have timers ticking down like Pokemon did, but then you know exactly how long you have. The fact that it's like a softer logic thing that's just up to interpretation, that actually enforces it better. So I think at the pro level, the judges, they're very experienced and know what they're doing. They're top level judges. I think they pretty much got it down. But let me give you a story from Friday Night Magic. I'll just let you take a guess where this happened. In fact, I'll make a multiple choice, see if you can get this trivia question. It was either A, my old local gaming store, or B, all of the above. The correct answer was, you know what, actually A and B are both, I made a paradox, no! Anyway, some douchebag was at my F&M, and this was a long time ago. I mean, really, like, shortly after when I switched there, and I had been warned by ex-players who had left that local gaming store. They had told me there are nothing but cheaters, dishonest people there. I mean, it was a problem way before I started showing up. They had a really bad reputation. And so it was like the third or fourth, fifth week there, whatever, and I was playing against like this older guy, and he had told me, which it turned out this was a complete lie. He told me, oh, it's my first time back playing after, 5 years, 6 years, whatever, a couple years. I used to play down in, this city, and I just came back now. Well, it turned out that was a load of crap. But, yeah, the first game went by, took maybe 15, 20 minutes, whatever, both playing defensive decks, and he ended up winning the first match. But, I held on. I probably should have forfeited because I knew he was going to win eventually, so it kind of dragged out a little bit, but we were both playing at a reasonable rate at that point. In fact, it was going pretty quick because he really was like a pro player. Like, he's sitting there, doesn't have to reread the card, doesn't get triggers wrong. He's on it. He knows how to run his deck, and he knows what my deck does. Then I sideboard in. I don't think I did an 8-7 sideboard. I think I did a single-purpose 15 sideboard, so I probably took at least 12 of them and threw them in the deck. And he was shut down. There was no way in hell he was winning that game. So it's like turn 3 or 4, I bring out one of my sideboard cards, and he's like, okay. He knew it was game over. That was the end of the game. So all of a sudden, in that instant, it was like magic. He forgot how to play Magic. It took him probably 4 times through his deck, all 50 remaining cards, to fetch a fetch land or something like Evolving Wilds or whatever it was back then. I don't think we even had fetch lands. And then he had like a Diabolic Tutor. Oh, I don't know what to go get. Oh, I don't know. Oh, is it even in here? Oh, then he's checking his sideboard. I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Did you just get knocked on the head? You knew exactly what your deck did. He didn't even sideboard. Nothing even changed. I even started sarcastically making recommendations. He's like looking for a card to go fetch. I'm like, how about that one? That seems like a good choice. You should go get one of those. He's like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, I think that might be the right card, though. I mean, I was having none of his crap. So one of the staff members, the one that's a raging bitch, she walked past. I'm like, should I? I don't know. She goes to the back, comes back, and I'm like, hey, got a little problem here. Finally decided I'm going to do it. This is not polite, but I am not going to tolerate this because I knew he was trying to push it out so that he'd get the win. Now, if you're not familiar, one win and then a timeout, like a time tie, basically, with no result, is basically the same as winning 2 games. You're going to get 3 points. It's considered a win, not a tie, and for tie-breaking purposes, it's probably like the 9th tiebreaker is whether or not you 1-2 if you're 1-1. So his only hopes of winning were basically to go to the time limit. I mean, otherwise I was going to win. My sideboard was just devastating. It just absolutely crushed him. So I told the staff member, I just said simply, he's slow playing. I mean, that we already finished the first game, and then look at this board state. I'm going to win, and he just took 3 minutes to do this, 2 minutes to do this, and 3 minutes to do that. And, I wasn't like being a dick about it. I was just reporting it like I was in a courtroom. And so naturally she says something kind of like, here, let's see if I can do her voice. Well, I've got customers up front. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I could just stay here and just watch the game and, like, babysit you guys and see if you can, play at a reasonable rate, or you guys can just work it out. And then she's, stood there and all of a sudden he was zipping through turns. He's like, see, I'm not slow playing. And she's like, okay, whatever. I have stuff to do. Honestly, I should have just picked up a chair and hit her in the face. And I think on the backswing, I could have caught him too. He wasn't that quick. But that would have been the proper thing to do in that scenario based on how dickish those people were, but I didn't know that yet. By the way, that was hyperbole. That was a joke. I don't promote violence at F&M, even if you're stuck with douchebags of that caliber. She said some even stupider crap later that was in direct contradiction with Wizards, like how, like, cheating is not enforced, and if people cheat, like, whatever, don't even report it or some crap like that. So in that scenario, obviously he should have been, like, disqualified or game loss or warned or it's something. There's at least something. I mean, I could have put it on frickin' video, uploaded it to YouTube, and then had 100,000 people on probably Reddit, that's kind of their thing, complain about it. And still the staff wouldn't have given a crap or done anything about it. But sparing that, I think if it was like a normal staff and somebody had a normal legit thing, they would take it under consideration. Maybe, watch it from a distance if you got work to do, or just tell the judge to watch it, which they didn't have a judge at the time. Their judges all lost their judgeship for being dicks. This was such a high quality gaming store. Oh my God, words cannot describe it. Oh my God, I would say I hope it burns down, but there are other buildings really close to it. The other businesses are quite nice. I hope a bunch of goats break into it and trash the place and eat all their cards. So like I said, in that case, something should have happened. That is just blatant cheating. I mean, in my opinion, he might as well have just rigged the match some other way, because that's what he's doing. He's rigging the match so that he can win. If he stacked his deck, it's the same thing. He's breaking the rules of the game to ensure that he can win. So obviously, unequivocally, it is against the rules, what he was doing. So it should be cracked down on. It should be completely frowned upon, and anybody doing it should be like warned and completely shunned by the community, right? Here's the problem. Let's say they call 5 minutes or 10 minutes, which they oftentimes do at pretty much every local gaming store I've ever been to. They give the 5 or 10 minute warning before the end of the round, and people are like, oh, okay, better hurry up. That's what a normal person does. If they want a resolution, they want a result. But here's the thing. If I won the first game and it was a miracle, and the second game isn't looking so good, but I think I could draw it out, why would I keep playing normally? Why would I purposely shoot myself in the foot and play faster? I mean, if I really shouldn't be obligated to play faster because of the time limit. But even continuing at a normal speed, when I know that if I played slightly slower and just reviewed all my decisions to a normal extent that where if there was a room full of judges watching me, they wouldn't say I was taking too long, and then, oh, look, we hit the time limit. It's shady, but considering that even a judge wouldn't call me on it, is it really cheating? And it's on the flip side, why would I do something that's a detriment to myself? Why would I purposely do something that harms my chances of winning? So I'm wondering where you guys stand on this. If you're in that scenario, which if you've been to enough F&Ms, you probably did end up in that scenario. What do you do? Do you speed up? Do you continue at the same speed, or do you slow down? Now, personally, slowing down, I think it's a dick move. You're basically time stalling at that point. You can get away with it easier because it's less time remaining. Continue to play at a normal speed, that's debatable. See, that it's so gray area. I don't really have strong feelings one way or another, because it's either not play faster to get a resolution, or do play faster and then probably lose the match because of it. Why would you benefit your opponent like that by making faster decisions and gameplay faster and shuffling less and skipping the cut or whatever? Just really rushing. Some of that is actually rules violations too. That's a terrible example. I can tell you though what I personally do. I don't care that much if I win or lose. I'm not that into it where at that point I'll be like, well, I'm not going to speed up any. I need the win. No, I want to know if I would have won. I want to know what the result of this game would be. I don't like hitting the time limit. Whether it's somebody I like or somebody I hate, I want to know who would have won. I mean, the time limit is just, it's not something you can use, and it's not, part of the game, even though it kind of is. If your deck is better than mine and your next 5 cards beat my next 5 cards because of just luck of the draw or, decisions you made or whatever, then you deserve to win, and the time limit should not interfere with that. So I usually will play much, much, much faster. I mean, almost everybody I see, when they get the warning, they're like, okay, let's go, and they start playing faster. And I think that's pretty cool of them. And for me personally, I mean, if I'm playing somebody I absolutely hate, I want to know if I would have beat them, because even if I have a 20% chance of winning, they're dominating the battlefield, I still don't want to go to the time limit because there's, I would have forfeit if I had no chance of winning. There's nothing left in my deck I could pull. But if there is, I've been known to top deck, oh look, a board wipe, an Aether Spouts, a exile card, Pro Colors, Double Strike, Boost, whatever, and then I win the game. If there's a narrow way that I'm going to win, I'm not going to try to force myself to win by going to the time limit. I'm going to win by using my cards in my deck and playing Magic. So that's just the way I lean, but I kind of get it. If people don't speed up the game, they keep playing at a normal rate because part of the round is finishing in 50 minutes. And if at a normal rate where you're not purposely playing slow, you're just playing at a normal rate and taking, 3 shuffles and a cut and just doing everything by the books, if that hits the 50-minute round limit, then it is what it is. So I get that logic too, it's just not what I do. So I was wondering if you guys feel the same way, if this has ever happened to you, if you used to do it one way, changed your opinion, and if you've caught people blatantly time stalling. This is not the only example of my old LGS doing it. Some people would, and I actually am not sure this is legal, set a timer the second we started so that they know when, how much time is remaining. and they'd constantly reference it, and they'd base their mulligan decisions on it and stuff. I don't know if any of that's legal. It's at the bare minimum kind of shady. I mean, it's kind of like you go to Friday Night Magic and then they play Infinite Obliteration and they literally write down your entire deck in their notes. It's like, what are we, at the frickin' Pro Tour? Like, get over yourself. That is such a waste of time, but that is allowed. Writing down your opponent's entire deck while you can see it is allowed, as long as you do it as fast as you possibly can. Yeah, I know. I think it's a stupid rule, too. Now, there's one more topic, and that's REL, Rules Enforcement Level. You might have heard the term. Lowest level is casual, where there is none. You can do whatever you want. You can light a card on fire if you want, playing at your own kitchen table. Next REL, and I'm not very familiar with this, is FNM level, I think. Basically, any kind of ranked play that is at the local level and not higher than FNM. I have no idea if time stalling is included in that rules enforcement level. And if you want some examples, I'm sure I'm going to massacre this, but REL level FNM or whatever is you don't have to register your deck list. That is not required. I think you probably don't have to have a sideboard. I'm not too sure about that. What I do know is that you don't have to play with your cards facing yourself. That is only at REL level top 16 plus live coverage on the camera, which apparently is a new REL that they made. Another one is in the top 16, you have to have your graveyard distinctly separate from your exile pile, preferably at least 90 degrees away compared to your library or something like that. Basically, you can't just have a graveyard and an exile pile mixed and just have some tapped, which I know some people do that. Holy crap, is that annoying. I want to know what's in your damn graveyard. I consider that outright cheating, but that's not at the FNM REL. It's at it's not even just at like the pro. Oh no, I think it is at just the pro level. Not even top 16. I think they actually just passed that one. You have to have a distinct graveyard and a distinct exile pile. I remember hearing about that. So I don't know what level time stalling comes in at. I know that at a Pro Tour Grand Prix, oh hell yeah, you can call over a judge and be like, this guy's playing slow as hell. You can't prove it, and they weren't watching, but they will stand there and watch them. And that is the end of that, because then they're going to play as fast as they possibly can. So if it's not enforced at the FNM level, doesn't mean it's not shady. I mean, come on. I think playing with your lands in front of your creatures is also not enforced at the FNM level, but that is such an obnoxious dick move for like readability and visibility. I mean, there's stuff that's not against the rules technically, but you really shouldn't be doing it. But what do you guys think about the gray area stuff? You know, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on that. And that's about it for this video and this topic, so I'll talk to you guys next time. Hey, wait a minute, that's not what I say at the end of my videos. Shoot, what do I say? Oh yeah, and I'll see you guys next video.